Generally, the people that I talk to about Rwanda fall into three categories. They've never heard of it before that moment. Maybe they know it's a country, but they couldn't locate it on a map. Or they know it's in Africa, but the only picture they have in their heads is the 1994 genocide. In actuality, Rwanda is a flourishing and fast-growing country. And today I would like to inform you about Rwanda's geography and climate, its history, its culture, and what life is like today. Rwanda is located in East Africa. It's just south of the equator and landlocked, surrounded by Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Because it's on the equator, the sun rises at 6 a.m. every day and sets at 6 p.m. each evening. The terrain is full of rolling green hills. The weather is about 70 to 80 degrees all year round, making it feel like an eternal summer. Rwanda's history is rather short, actually. Rwanda was ruled by kings until the 1950s. There were three social classes: Hutu, Tutsi, and Twa. Many people think that the three social classes were more like tribes, but in actuality, it was social statuses. Rwanda was originally colonized by the Germans, but in World War I, Germany lost ownership of the country and Belgium took over. Rwanda gained independence from Belgium in 1962. European influences created conflict between the social classes. From the 1960s to 1994, many killings took place between the social classes. Hatred mounted, and on April 7, 1994, a genocide broke out. The genocide ended 100 days later when Paul Kagame marched into Rwanda with the RPF to reclaim the country and put an end to the massacre. Although the genocide was technically over, fighting, killing, and instability continued for many years, even into the 2000s. Many people think that the genocide was just 100 days, came out of nowhere, and ended all of a sudden. But in actuality, it was decades long of unrest. Rwanda's culture is very consistent. It has been this way for many years and will continue to be the way that it is. Rwanda is a relational culture and very dependent on each other. Friends and family are a priority. Men are served first at gatherings, followed by visitors, and then women and children. Eye contact is rarely made, especially with people in authority. If you want to show someone that you respect them, you will look to the ground or look away. You will not look right at them. Singing and dancing is an essential part of any gathering, although Rwandans are typically very quiet and reserved. Meals are usually rice, beans, and potatoes. Ichivuvuguto, which is warm milk, is a huge part of the culture. People will take a break from their workday to sit and drink warm milk in the hot sun, and it even has a special place in wedding ceremonies. Greetings vary depending on age and gender. Man and man will greet each other by embracing their arms. Women will kiss each other's cheek 4 times, and teenagers will just simply slap each other's hands. Rwandans are non-confrontational and will tell you exactly what they think you want to hear. Of course, there are many other qualities of the culture, and these are just a few. Today, Rwanda is in a state of peace. The government has strict control over its people, although it is a democracy. Kigali is a very fast-growing city, and it's the capital city, but it's the only city in the country. 87% of Rwanda is still rural and undeveloped. In Kigali, many people are wealthy. They live in large houses, own the latest iPhone, and drive fancy cars. Also in Kigali, many people are very poor, making less than $2 a day and living in slums. Coffee and tea are Rwanda's biggest exports. Fruits and vegetables are grown and sold on top of people's heads. Some roads are paved, but plenty are still dirt. Electricity and water are inconsistent. In general, the culture that I just listed is still very rich and an essential part of life. Although the country is becoming more developed, it is staying true to its roots. When thinking of Rwanda, many people have a misconstructed idea in their head. Hopefully now you're able to locate Rwanda on a map. You have knowledge of the climate, the history, the culture, and what life is like today. Rwanda is a beautiful country, a place that will work its way into your heart in a very short time. If you have the opportunity, make sure you give Rwanda a visit.